Everyone, this is Kirei with my first process video for GoGo Shopaway, and for this layout I am using the beautiful 49er Market Alena collection. The colours are sort of they're peaches, deep corals and beautiful teals. They're really lovely, and I'm using the pattern paper here as my background. It's called Peekaboo, but I wanted to do something a little bit different rather than just work straight onto the paper. So I've used my circle templates to cut the two floral corner pieces away, and then I'm going to use that on the two of those onto a sheet of white cardstock, and here we go. So I'm just placing them back into the same positions. I've distressed the curved edges, and then they'll sit there as my sort of focus pieces. And then I have a square photo that I'm going to use between the two circular elements, and you can see me here. I'm just sort of figuring out how I'm going to place it. I've pulled in a Bramble Fox Perspective, the word wonderful, from my stash, because I just wanted to use that as my title. It's going to be Wonderful Memories, but I really liked how the black popped against the sort of peachy pattern paper. And I'm just looking at some of the matching pieces of ephemera and laser cut elements to see how I'm going to sort of build up around my photo. And I sort of got that frame there, which I don't actually end up using, but I'm just sort of having a look what it looks like. These are the Rub-Ons, and these are really lovely. I mean, if you remember Rub-Ons from years ago, these are very different. They're really beautiful. They go on lovely, and they're so detailed. So I've just sort of pulled out and I'm cutting around the rub-on, the flower clusters from the rub-on sheet that I'm thinking I would like to use. And that's really the best way to use them, is to cut around them and then apply them. So before I get those down, though, I just felt that I needed something a little bit more on the white cardstock. And I have this fabulous sunburst stencil from Bramble Fox, and I'm just going to sort of feature that on both sides of the photo. I'm using Distress Oxide in Tattered Rose. It was a perfect match to the pattern paper. You can see it here. And I'm just sort of building up along those sunbursts, the rays there. I didn't want to go right to the edge because I wanted to have a soft finish versus a sort of a straight line. So I'm just sort of making sure that I've got what I need there, and that's looking good. And then I'm going to add the sunburst in the same way to below the photo as well. So just sort of working out where that goes. I think here I wished I'd pulled the sunburst down a little more. I would have liked this sort of the rays to come down a little further. So, but it's fine. It looks okay. So again, just building up the rays, just sort of softening them as they come out. And there we go. I'm just having a look. And this is where I'm thinking, I wish the rays had come down a bit more. So I do just add a little bit more, being careful not to go right to that sort of straight edge there, because I did want those edges to be soft. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to get that stuck down. I've got that cluster, the ephemera piece there. Now, unfortunately, I thought I was recording the next bit, and I've now stuck these pieces down. So the top piece above the photo is actually the rub-on, and then below the photo is one of the flower cluster pieces from the ephemera pack. And then I've stuck my two circular elements down on the corners, and now I'm just working on my title. So I've got the wonderful stuck down with glossy accents, and then I've just got these small black letters here, and I've added memories. I cut that bit out because actually my head was in the frame a lot because I'm making sure it was straight. And then I'm just looking at some of the other rub-ons. I like the little butterflies, so I think I'm going to add a couple of those. So just working out where it goes. And you'll see how easy it is to just get the detail. There's that little sort of plastic stick that comes with the rub-ons. Unfortunately, they're out of stock at the moment in the shop, but if you get an opportunity later to have a look at the 49er Market rub-ons, they are really lovely. So, and then we got the second butterfly that I'm just going to add on to that bottom cluster there. Then I'm going to start looking at embellishments because I just feel like I can add a little bit of detail around the photo. So I'm pulling out some of there's a little chipboard heart and then some of the ephemera bits. And I also pull out it's like a heart lock from the laser cut elements. So I'm sort of working out what's going to go where. I've got little stamps, chipboard sayings. And yeah, I'm just really working out which ones I'm going to use. I don't think I go through all the detail because I do move things around an awful lot, deciding whether they're just right. And so they often end up not where they are at the moment. So I'm just sort of really looking at what I can do there. So I think I'm going to go to close-ups in just a moment, and you'll see the finished layout with the clusters all in place. I add a couple of little black perspectives from Bramble Fox, the little hearts there, but there you go. Some close-ups coming up now. There you can see the embellishment cluster there with some of the chipboard words. There's that lovely rub-on and the little butterfly rub-on there. There's the chipboard heart and the butterfly rub-on. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this process video. I will see you again in my next one.